Time for your Hanbo lesson, ladies. What's a Hanbo, you say? A Hanbo means a half of a bow. You remember like the bow, like Donatello? Well, a Hanbo is a half of a bow, a half of a stick. Technically, in the Hanbo world, it's a 36-inch bamboo stick. But I don't have any bamboo, and I got a tape measure, but it's not going to require that much effort to give you a little Hanbo lesson. And the reason that I know about Hanbo is because your boy Crow, whether you know it or not, and I'd rather you hear it from the horse's mouth than anybody else. But I used to babysit some rich folks, man, and those rich folks paid for your boy to have a gun. Well, not necessarily have a gun, but they paid for my license to have a gun just in case I needed to use one to take care of their rich asses, which fortunately I never had to. That being said, the technicality of it was that we were in Texas, and if we were to go to New York, our gun licenses wouldn't carry over to New York. So we had to have a different way to protect our rich people when we were out of state. And the way we did it is with a Hanbo lesson. The reason being, like I said, a Hanbo is just a stick. It's a 36-inch stick. And I'm going to let you know a little something is you can buy some umbrellas at Walmart, at Kmart. You can buy umbrellas, bro. A lot of umbrellas that have a fiberglass shaft, and they're about 36 inches long. And believe it or not, you can take an umbrella on the airplane. Get it, terrorist? Better watch the fuck out for the boy with the umbrella, motherfuckers. But check this. So we go out here and we're just going to find a random Hanbo. What do we use for our Hanbo lesson? I got this piece of pipe I was going to use for a closet thing. This is good enough. It's more than half of a stick. You can see that? It's more than half of a stick, but it's okay. What I'm going to show you don't make no difference. There's just a couple basic maneuvers, man. Hitting someone with a stick is definitely deadly force. So don't forget your deadly force research. Guess who's here? Dickhead, you guys' favorite friend. Okay, you guys have been making friends with Dickhead today. It's been like long lost soul search. So your boy Crow has the fictitious Hanbo. It's too long to be a Hanbo. Where does the Hanbo come from? I forgot to tell you the story. Here's the story. Back in the day, there was a samurai in Japan, and he was such a bad motherfucker that they made it illegal for him to carry a sword. So he started, but samurais were real particular about carrying their weapons. They had their sword everywhere they go with them. They're always ready to get down with their sword. So this guy started carrying a stick around to make up for not having his motherfucking sword. And he started whooping everybody's ass with that stick, whether they had a fucking sword or not. And some of us can relate to that in America because as much as I want to go chop people's heads off with my sword, I'm only allowed to have a knife that's 5.5 inches long. You know what I mean? So whatever, 36 is probably pushing it. But if you got your stick, it's not illegal to have a stick. It's not illegal to have a walking stick. And sure the fuck ain't illegal to have an umbrella. I'm going to show you real quick. There's so few moves in Hanbo that I'm just going to show you one a week, man. Because that's all you really fucking need. Check this. We're going to imagine the dickhead has shoulders. And we're also going to imagine, especially, the dickhead has a collarbone. And this is the first maneuver that you learn in Hanbo. Well, the first attack anyways. But this is what you do with your umbrella. First thing, and it shouldn't go much further than this. Oh, I'm just chilling with my umbrella, bro. And the way I like to hold it is my grips like this, towards each other. That's my preferred way to get down with somebody. And I'm going to show you why. It's because of a leverage thing. You see what I'm doing here? This is the first strike you're going to learn. This thing's too long, so I'm compensating by gripping it up high. And I just found a random one to show you. And I'm showing you how, it's an improvised weapon thing, man. If you find a stick around and you got to fight some people that are trying to get down on you, this is the way to do it. Anybody that wants to punch you, hit you, grab you, whatever, you break their motherfucking collarbone and you make sure that, and that's all there is to it. As soon as you break their collarbone, they're probably done. So, hey dickhead, you want to fuck with me? It looks like you got some collarbones. No, I'm just joking around, but watch. You take your Hanbo, and however you're comfortable, you get whatever your weapon is. If it's an umbrella, if it's whatever, you get used to moving this fucker around and figuring out how to do it without whopping yourself in the fucking head. For starters, I see dudes think they're cool with the nunchucks until they clock themselves in the fucking head. I've been that guy before. Whatever. So, but what I'm going to show you is a real basic strike, and I'm kind of getting some momentum by pulling it around this way. I want you to imagine this being the handle on the umbrella coming down. Okay, and this is dickhead. He doesn't have shoulders, so we're going to say that this is the shoulder line here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a circular thing. I'm going to come up, and I'm gonna bring the very end of it, like this corner piece almost. I don't know if you guys have ever fell on the corner of a coffee table, but it'll fuck you up. So imagine getting hit in your collarbone with the corner of a fucking coffee table, and that's what you're gonna do to dickhead. Hey, dickhead. That was my impression of the sound of his motherfucking bones breaking. But the problem is, it probably sounded like a stick. It's whatever, man. It's gonna. Whenever you finally hear someone's bone crush under your own force, it's gonna make you feel special. Maybe not a good special, but it will make you feel special real quick. The first thing is that if I'm scared enough to protect myself, I don't give. If I have to protect myself with a stick, you bet your boy's scared. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come down straight on this, and you can do it this way. You can do it this way. Do however you want. Watch it this way. And you're aiming for the collarbone, not just for the collarbone, but in the words of Bruce Lee, you know, because he always says punch through shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna fucking tell you, aim past the collarbone. See that collarbone, boy? Now try to fight me with no fucking collarbone. And if you want to step up again, we can do the Monty Python thing and break your other fucking collarbone. But I doubt it's going to come to that. Hanbo lesson over. I'll catch you guys on Tuesday on some more combat. I'll catch you guys in a little bit for just a little bitty Bible study. And then I don't know. We'll figure out something interesting for tonight.